I know you wanna get to know me. Girl, I like your style. We could talk for a while. Ay. Girl, you're so fine. I can't even lie. I want you. Hey. As you come in, double tap the screen, please. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We almost at 2K, period, poo. Now, I'm trying to wait till some people come in here that's gonna chat and not just watch, okay? But I be watching a certain content creator and I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, the things that I see on this individual's channel is just so triggering. And I don't know why I keep subjecting myself to watching this. Maybe because like I be wanting to see the best for the kids, but it's like when you keep, what does it say? If a person show you who they are, believe them. Like, man, listen. I mean, I should have did a panel where people could come up here and talk about parenting because don't get me wrong, you know, parenting is hard. It's definitely hard. We not as parents, we not always gonna make the best mistake. I mean, the best choices. We not gonna always say the best things. But I mean, when you just see people that's just so toxic to their children, it's like I couldn't imagine being in those particular individuals' shoes. You know, when I was growing up, I don't remember my mama cursing at me. Like, I don't remember my mom hitting me. I don't remember her. I did used to get on a lot of punishments. I ain't gonna hold you. My mama used to put me on hella punishments, child. I ain't had to go stand in no corner or nothing, but she would definitely take the phone away. She would, I couldn't go outside. But that didn't last too long. Like I wasn't on punishment for hella long or whatever, you know. But I just feel like some parents are just so extreme with how they talk to their children, whether it's cursing them out, whether it's, you know, devaluing them or just putting down their self-worth and their confidence. Like, I don't know, man. Like, ATM 10, what's good? My grandma used to curse. Your grandma used to curse you out. So how you feel about that? Do you think that affected you in the long run and you getting cursed out? You lived with your grandma? Like, was she the primary caregiver for you? My grandma didn't curse me out, child, but she did give whoopings. I used to have to go pick my own switch off the tree. I had to pick my switches off the tree with Big Mama, child. And I used to go try to pick the smallest little switch. And I'd come back and she'd be like, what is this? She would keep a switch on top of the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? But even then, I still didn't get too many whoopings from my grandma. Like, I don't think I was really a bad child, you know? I think, once I started becoming a teenager, that's a bit different. I definitely was feeling myself. and getting into some things that I had no business getting into. I can admit that. And that's why I be trying to give my son a little grace, because I know what I used to be doing at his age, and, things of that nature. But I've been noticing a lot of people be embarrassed their kids. They be embarrassed. I've been noticing a lot of people be embarrassing their kids in public and beating their kids. Man, listen, try people putting their kids on social media and embarrassing them. Like, ain't no way I'm about to curse my kids out. First off, I don't curse my kids out. I gotta be upset. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Rashad done got Listen, when I didn't think he was gonna graduate high school, child, he was stressing me out. And I was getting phone calls from teachers, and I just was so overwhelmed, because I never thought that I would be in that place where we didn't know whether or not he was going to graduate or not, right? And so now I could breathe, because we done went through it. He got his diploma, he good. But in the middle of those circumstances, like, I kept on saying, oh, I'm going to lean and I'm going to depend on God. But then the flesh part of me, the mother part of me was like, no, I got to fix this. No, I gotta get this boy together. Because at the end of the day, he had a choice. His choice was to go to school and do what he was doing. And that was the bare minimum. Okay. And so I started coming to the realization that, hey, if this boy don't graduate, it is not because I did not give him the necessary tools. It is not because he was at school late, because I dropped that boy off at school 30 minutes early every day because I had to be at work. You know what I'm saying? I paid for him to go to a Christian school all the way up to the 8th grade. So I invested financially, in his education or what have you. I had talks with him, everything you can imagine. But at the end of the day, he had a choice. I could not be at his school 24/7. Yeah, she was my mom and my caretaker. Okay. Drip show was good. Came through dripping, drip, drip. Don Play, what's happening? So look, the purpose of me, coming on here or whatever is because, yesterday, I'm not the only one. We all pretty much experienced a certain content creator pretty much cursing his daughter out because she said that she liked boys. First off, I'm not playing nobody content because it's, it's kids. But, what happened to your cousins protecting you? Like, man, I can't even remember. Growing up, like, nigga, we was not snitching on each other. Like, first off, the cousins, you know what I'm saying, oh, uncle, we got something to tell you. And so she pretty much like, well, shoot, they about to tell on me, so I might as well just, get it off. So she caught herself telling her dad, like, hey, I like the boy. And, he just went ballistic on live. Like, get your motherfucking ass. Talk to the girl like she was a nigga off the streets. Sometimes we be wanting to curse these kids out. Who haven't wanted to curse their kids out? But I just don't believe in talking to children like that. Like, all that cursing kids out, I don't believe in all that. Calling them little bees and hoes and niggas, and I don't believe in all that. We want kids to stay in a kid place, but we want to treat them like adults when it comes to how we talk to them. Nah. If that's the case, talk to them like they're a kid. But anyways, so yeah, man, I'm sitting here and I'm watching this nigga sit here in real life curse this little girl out all because she liked a boy. Now, I don't know, hey, y'all up in the chat, when's the first time you liked the opposite sex? When did you have your first crush? When was your first crush? Like, I can remember being in the first grade. First grade is what, like 7? 6? Let me see. That was kindergarten. First, second. Okay. Yeah, maybe first, second grade. So 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Heck, I promise y'all, me and my baby was just driving the other day and we was waiting in front of a restaurant. So she was sitting in the front seat while we was parked, of course. And she kicked this paper that was like sitting in the side of the car, like the side of the seat. And when she looked at it, it was a drawing that she had drew. And she tried to hurry up and hide it. And I'm like, girl, let me see that. So when she showed it to me, it said Taylor and Jonas, right? And it had a little boy and a little girl, and they were holding hands. And she knew that me seeing this was like, oh shoot, like let me hide this. I was just blown away because they was two of the baddest kids in the classroom, okay? Her and Jonas. And Jonas was a little Mexican little kid. And her and Jonas actually had an altercation in school. Like his first little week being there, because I think he used to be mean to Taylor. And so, man, one day Taylor was in the classroom and she went like this to him. Next thing I know, they calling me at work. They like, hey, we got Taylor in the office. We're doing an evaluation to make sure. I'm like, wait, what kind of evaluation? What are y'all talking about? Like, how are y'all questioning my kid while I'm not there? Like, so I had to leave work, go to the school. They wanted to see whether or not she knew what she was talking about, like shooting this boy. And oh my God. Like it was a threat, some kind of threat evaluation. It was, ooh, child. But anyways, long story short, after that, like I guess they became like the best of friends, okay? And so okay, Don Play said the second or third grade. ATM Tim said, so kids can't be boyfriend and girlfriends now. I think I was in the first grade when I had my first crush. Exactly. Second, first, third, those are the grades that you be like, ooh, I think he's cute, or ooh, I think she's pretty. Ooh, will you be my boyfriend? Yes or no? Will you be my girlfriend? Yes or no? Like that's that age, right? And it's harmless. But I guess because the little girl is 11, child, y'all don't even know what I was doing at 11. What was I doing at 11? I know I was still in the private school, y'all. What grade is it? How old are you when you're 11? I mean, what grade are you in when you're 11? Like what, the 6th grade? 6th, 7th. Probably the 6th grade, child. Man, 6th grade, what? We had a 6th grade graduation trip. What's up here for the tea? At 11 years old, you probably, let me Google this real quick. What grade are you in and what grade? Because I think that's what, the 6th grade? Sixth grade, okay? So in the 6th grade, we had a graduation trip to Hawaii, okay? We was there for a whole week. Do you know that kids was getting together with each other just to be like, oh, you gonna be my boyfriend in Hawaii? What? This is no cap. No cap. Okay? Now, what people was doing in Hawaii, I have no idea, but I definitely know they probably was smooching on each other, okay? At 11. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. And if y'all say y'all didn't, y'all lie and wonder. Straight up. Oh, see, Drip ain't participating. I thought Drip come in here for a couple of seconds and get on. Drip, how old were you when you had your first crush? And then how old were y'all when y'all had y'all first kiss? I ain't messing with you, but one thing you gotta understand and you gotta see is I keep it real. I don't know if you done recognize that or not, but I pretty much call it like I see it. you know. My bad. 11 and 13. So 13 was what? When you had your first kiss? Here for the T said her first crush of at 5. When was your first kiss? 13 first kiss. Okay, so we all kind of in the same little arena. My first kiss was probably like at 12, 13. One of the two. I was in 8th grade or whatever, and for those of you that, been subscribed to the channel or just been listening to me on these panels, I have shared my little story about that experience. I don't feel like sharing it right now, but it's definitely a story to tell, okay? But yeah, so my first kiss was about 8th grade. So he get mad and curse her out and like she a nigga over something that's normal or natural. Like I could see if she was like, oh, I was hunching a nigga, or we was kissing, or something like that. Then he have every right to be upset, but at the same time, not curse her out. And if you gonna do something, have a conversation with her and let her know the possibilities of what could happen. Hey, if this is what you choosing to do, these are the consequences that could happen. It's like giving information, letting the kids be prepared. Like, now that's one thing I will say, and I don't know if my mama watching or not, but I will say that my mother never talked to me about boys. She never talked to me about the birds and the bees. Okay? I think she was too worried, or her whole main priority was to make sure that I graduated high school without getting pregnant. Because was she? No, I don't think she was pregnant with me. I don't think so. But I do know that her whole primary objective was for me to go through high school and not come up with no baby. So once I graduated, she dusted her hands off and was like, well done. Like, go out to the world and do you. All right? With no preparation. No, hey, men will do X, Y, Z. Hey, when you do X, Y, Z, you do X, Y, Z. Like, there was no conversation like that. You get what I'm saying? And so, I just feel like some parents may have been better at being more communicative with their children than others, and that's okay. If they honestly, if you know better, you do better. And I can even just say that with my 2 kids. Y'all know I got an 18-year-old and a 6-year-old. And it's a lot of things that I do now with my 6-year-old that I wish I would have implemented back with my 18-year-old. However, I didn't know these tools. I wasn't equipped, with the necessary tools to, be more effective as a parent, be more effective at active listening. Like, I had to learn these things. These were things I learned throughout the years, just in the course of what type of work I do or whatever, which helped me now to deal with this one or whatever. So, like I said, parenting is definitely hard. Hey, Tia, what's good? The drift said we fast. Wait, Cheapo, who we talking about? Mama Cheapo, I'm Drip. Listen, so we talk. I can't. You already know I'm not gonna say the names, but I ain't gonna hold you. Even though I feel like people give accolades to this man because he is a single father and has custody of his children. But my thing is, you could have custody of your children and be the most terriblest dad in the world, or most terriblest mother in the world. I ain't gonna put it on him, But when you put and this is the thing, I know people gonna be like, well, why is she talking about him? When you put your entire life on social media for the world to see, when you do these things, like, it's some things I'm not letting y'all see. Like, even though I put parts of my life on here, like me and my kids going out, or, you know, us playing, or, you know, certain stuff like that, I'm not gonna be up on here yelling at my kids. Like, if I have to go chastise my kids, or if I have to have a talk with them, or if I need to be a parent, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm not gonna sit here and have it on here listening while y'all listen to me go in on my kid or kids. You know, and so it's like people don't want you to have an opinion about what's going on, but y'all put it out here for us to see or whatever. So yeah, I formulated my opinion. I think he's a crappy dad. I think he needs to go get some mental health services to, one, deal with what's going on in the inside of him. He got some unresolved trauma and issues that he ain't dealt with, and he need to heal from. You know what I'm saying? Before he can be an effective father for those children. Now, I'm not going to, because he, you know, we were commenting in his chat. They not like us. They dang, Sleazy, you done threw me off. You know I love that song. What's that on that? But dang, it made me lose my concentration, child. What was I talking about? Yeah. You know, so as I was saying, like, it's one thing to have custody of your kids, but if you're not paying attention to them, if you are giving this more attention than your actual kids, like he has said something like, oh, they worried about boys but can't even write their name or spell their name. Who fault is that? Like, if that's the case, you need to put this down. You need to get a piece of paper and a pen, sit at the table with your child or children, and go over it with them. You know, like, that's another thing. That's what's wrong with parents. They send the kids to school and think that the teachers, and I've had a lot of conversations with teachers because I'm so you know, I go to the school so much especially with Taylor child. I done had to run to and fro to the school with Rashad too, but not as much as I have with Taylor. And, you know, nowadays, just even speaking with the educators, you know, they get so overwhelmed and so stressed as teachers because parents send kids to school, you know what I'm saying, and think that's it. They think that the teacher is the one that's supposed to be teaching everything, and they come home and they just do whatever they want to do. When realistically, the parent is supposed to be teaming up with the teacher, and everybody's supposed to work together collectively so that, you know, hey, boom, I send the kids to school, boom, you teach them, they come home, I reinforce that, right? Whether it's, you know, even them just sitting down, or, you know what I'm saying, doing the work, having a system. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all comes together. But if you send a kid to school, but once they come home, that's it, then you're doing a disservice to your kids. And anybody, if anybody should be getting bust upside the head, it should be you, because you the reason why them kids don't know how to spell their name or write it. My gang member child, your son, his daughter, hit the like button, period. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for teachers. Teachers have a hard job. They absolutely do. That's why when Taylor was getting in trouble every day, I would leave work and I would go every day. Every time this teacher called me, listen, when 10 o'clock came, I'd be like, ooh, Taylor must be having a good day because I ain't got no text messages. I ain't got no call. And I'll be a monkey's uncle. Next thing you know, hello? She doing what? She did who? All right, I'm on my way. That was me every day. And I was stressed out. I ain't even gonna hold you. They were stressing me out. Like, real life stressing me out. I go to the classroom, and of course she ain't exemplifying the behaviors that they said she was. over the phone or whatever, and I sit there for as long as I can, trying to reinforce, positive behaviors and things of that nature. But then I had to go back to work. Shoot, because I would have conversations with her. I would say, Taylor, look, mommy has to work. And if mommy doesn't work, we don't get to go do all of these fun things that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had got so stressed out that I took her to go see some homeless people and told her, hey, this is where we gonna be at if you don't cut it out. Because I ain't gonna have a job in a minute. And yeah, like, I was stressed out. But they ended up and that's another thing. A lot of parents be in denial that their kids have challenges. I've never been in denial about my child because I knew from the moment she came out, she was special. And I don't mean that in a weird way. I just knew Taylor was different. I knew she was special. Okay. So they evaluated her for IEP because they was like getting overwhelmed too. And they ended up saying that, she had ADHD and that she was on the spectrum for autism. Boom. But they was like, she's so smart that we want her to be in a general education. So what they ended up doing was keeping her in general ed, but they gave her a 101, which is a person that pretty much shadows her. So if she get up and walk up out the classroom, they have to get up and follow her. If she need that extra assistance with her work, they sitting right there to strictly help her or whatever. And so once they assigned her that, you're talking about my life has been so much easier. Now, I don't want her to go back to that school because I feel like the environment of the school is why her behavior went from 0 to 100. All right. So I enrolled her into a new school, but I'm so nervous because these people don't know her. Like, at least if she went to the other school, everybody know her. The damn parents know Taylor. That's how much Taylor be outside at school, is because the parents know her. Everybody knows Taylor. Everybody. Okay. So it's like, dang, do I want to go where everybody knows her name? And where everybody is pretty much kind of like looking out for her, like, Taylor, go to class type thing. Or put her in this new place where I heard the environment is a little different. It's more black teachers. Actually, the school looks like it has more black kids, which I do like that in a sense, because I be feeling like she don't be knowing where she come from in a sense. Like, I don't know if she thinks she Mexican or white or what. Because she light skinned and she don't identify as us people of color. Okay. So y'all know Black History Month, I had to give her a whole Black History lesson. Every week she had to learn about somebody from the history, child. Yes. You have a charger. But anyways, I say all that to say that parenting is hard. But as parents, we cannot give up on our kids. We have to invest. What? Take it in there. We have to invest in our children. And when I'm talking about investing, I ain't even talking about money. I'm talking about time, energy, emotion, love, fill in the blank. You know what I'm saying? Like, old boy was talking about today, he was like talking about giving up on her. You feel like giving up on her because she likes a boy? What? And that the next step would be her going to foster care. And she don't want to go to foster care. Like, damn. Like, if overreacting was a person, like, God, dog, like, I would hate to see her sleep with somebody, child, because my God, today, he would probably throw her out. Because, man, and I get it. Dads are a little more overprotective, but I don't know. I ain't never seen My daddy didn't act like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't ever seen nobody daddies that act like that. You know, dads usually be like more lovey to they little girls. They like kind of got like a soft heart towards them, a soft spot. They don't be so hard on them like they little boys. They be more harder on the boys. So I don't know, man. I just hope that, everybody go and get the necessary help needed. Whether that be parenting classes, maybe he could use some anger management too. You know what I'm saying? To help deal with those emotions. Because I mean, it just went from like man, like I hate to be her. I hate to be in that house. And that nigga gonna tell me because I said she looks so sad and I'ma pray for her. He was like, get out of my chat being so dramatic. How is that dramatic, man? Man, you could look and tell if kids are happy or not. Like straight up. And that's another, you know what, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done with the conversation. I troll a lot. I won't even say I be trolling, because that ain't really trolling. Like, I really be wanting to see the best for them kids. Like, straight up. Especially for the two oldest, because I feel like the youngest one get all the attention. But for the two oldest, I be wanting to see the best. So,
Mom.
Yes.
I need the charger.
You had the charger in the bathroom, Taylor. Where's it at?
I thank you. Thank you.
And please don't put that candy on the floor. I got a bad memory. I need to take some vitamins for that. Straight up. It's 6:14. I don't know what time to hear for the T say she was going live. She about to talk about this dang presidential debate. I mean, not debate. She about to talk about Biden dropping out the race. So that should be interesting. I don't think I've ever listened to CNN so much until today. Nine people in here. Y'all ain't saying nothing. What y'all gotta say about parenting? Y'all don't have nothing to say about parenting? Do you believe parenting is easy or hard? It might be a piece of cake for some of y'all. Drip said he ain't got no kids. Drip. Shout out to Drip, because Drip ain't got no kids, child. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what I was thinking about having another baby. I could have been done and living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. Nah, I'm just playing. Taylor, listen, Taylor, she a lot of drama, child, but I couldn't imagine life without this one. I ain't gonna hold you. She's special, I'm telling you. She done blew my hair back. I got like about 10 gray hairs up in here. Up in here, they somewhere up in here. She done gave me about 10 of them. But she makes every day worth it. I ain't gonna hold you. Yes, she is a blessing. Definitely a blessing. So Drip, are you getting married before you have kids or what? Cause that's a controversial topic on here too, about having babies and not having no husbands, and then we complain about being single mamas when we chose the nigga that we knew wasn't shit. I would have gave you 10 more, child. I don't want no more. I don't want no more kids. And honestly, I think kids are a deal breaker to me. If a man told me, boom, like in your situation, how you don't have no kids, I probably would tell you we could just be friends. Cause that mean I know you gonna want a kid. Like it ain't like you got a kid or two already and you like, oh girl, nah, I don't want no more. I mean, if we had one, it'd be cool, but I ain't really pressed about having kids. But you don't have no kids, which means that eventually you're gonna want a kid or two or maybe three. And Lord knows I ain't trying to go that route. How you know? You're right here. I'm not pressed though. So you're not pressed to have kids. Okay. Your niece and your nephew are your babies. Yeah, I get it, but it ain't nothing like having your own though, you know? Like I can imagine you with a little girl. You'll probably be like, she'll probably have you in the how did they say it? In the palm of her hands, child. You'll be giving her everything. You just look like it. Girl dad, yes. I just was talking to my coworker the other day about my daddy, you know. And I was just talking about like, man, it was never a moment where I could not go and depend on my pops. And pops wasn't even like, you know, like really like he didn't really even have it like that. But when I needed it or if I wanted it, man, he always made a way. Ain't care about none of that. He'd be like, hey, I'm gonna call you right back. Call me back, come pick it up. Period. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Scorpio mama? You said you a sucker for your family. Yeah. How you said? Yeah. Y'all Texans y'all have a talk about y'all, man. It's a talk. Country. But oh, she going live at 6:50, but she probably ain't even gonna be on time, child. How you doing, Scorpio mama? Happy Sunday. The weekend went by so fast. My gosh. Sheena, what's good? What's happening? What y'all eat today, man? I pan fried some pan seared, some shrimp. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. I stopped at this little seafood place because I just wanted their sauce. I made my own corn because y'all saw me on the panel last night eating corn. Drip, where were you at yesterday? Drip. Now I fell asleep because you know I can't hang with y'all that long at nighttime. Like a girl like me gotta get her sleep because the bags be bagging, child. But yeah, I woke up and watched the replay, and I was like, oh. Wait, was that the 11-hour show? Man, I should have went to the ice cream truck. Yeah, that was a long. Oh no, that show when you had all the heavy hitters coming over there, Eat Man and all them. Yeah, that was exhausting. Did you see that? What's that nigga name? Lil Podcast did a review on your live. You saw that? Yeah, he reviewed it. Oh, he probably still reviewing it. When I went over there and clicked on his link, he was reviewing your live. But nah, that ain't what I'm talking about. It's on his little podcast, something like that. The one where he's like with the hood on. But look, where was you at yesterday though? Because I don't know, you gotta go catch the replay of T's live, man, because I was like, you know, your boy came over there in the chat. He always twerking in the chat though. I noticed that. I fixed steak, fried potatoes, and green beans. I just got finished eating. Yesterday, when I looked at the replay, I seen that Mr. Troy was on the panel. And I seen that the Black Power Ranger came over and was typing in the chat. And so I think T pretty much was like, hey, like, wasn't you just popping your ish about me the other day in somebody's channel or whatever? And then some other nigga named LL Uncle, somebody, LL Unc something, he jumped on the panel, and the Power Ranger jumped on the panel, and yeah. They was kind of, I guess they were talking about when he was in somebody else's live, and they were and he put that comment about you trying to get brownie points for making them stuff for the channel. But yeah. And that nigga LL Unc was like, you act like Drip is your girlfriend or something. I was like, like, dang, what's going on here, Drip? Your name is out here in these streets. I mean, your name is out here, child. Hey, lovely. Oh, you ain't gotta be nobody else for me, child. I am smooth selling over here. It is A1. Shake my head, haters. Let them hate. I'm doing something right. You doing something right because your name is staying in there. Hey, but here on a positive note, Michelle said that you was fine, child. Michelle said you was up on the panel looking fine like a teddy bear. Woo. Michelle like, I got a thing for you, baby, you know. Don't want to take it slow. I want to get to know you. Ooh, shoot. I crack myself up, child. But yeah. Anyways, I just came over here to vent about this nigga, man. That nigga parenting is terrible. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Wait, so what was said about the comment he put in Freely chat? I don't, you gonna have to go look back. I was half asleep watching that shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was half asleep, and plus he stuttered, so I couldn't, he was more, I don't even think it got, I don't even think nothing was even resolved. He dropped off the panel before they even had finished the conversation, because him and LL Uncle, or whatever his name is, they kept on going back and forth like they was arguing. And the Black Power Ranger was telling T to drop LL, and T was like, I'm not dropping nobody. Like, I'm gonna let y'all argue. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all. Since y'all want to argue, go ahead and argue. And so that's what happened. Like, they was arguing, and then eventually he just dropped down. So it wasn't really no. I mean, he pretty much said what he said. He stood on what he said, and I think he pretty much said you didn't even address him about it. He knew that somebody came back and told you, because he kind of said that, like, somebody sent you a screenshot or something, but you didn't address it. So that's what, so pretty much. But I don't know. Don't go off of what I say, nigga. Go watch the replay. Yeah, don't. Yeah. Cheapo said, nah. Oh, you got receipts. I got a thing for you, baby, you know. Don't want to take it slow. I want to get to know you. I can't check it till I get it. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can check it on here. Hold on. Don't want to take it slow. So how y'all feel about Biden dropping out the race for presidency? Y'all have any feelings towards that or nah? They start drama over the stupidest stuff. I agree, child. Oh yeah, no, I ain't know. This is I got Instagram on here, but this is a whole nother Instagram. I don't even be on this Instagram. I don't even know why this is logged onto this computer. I ain't been on this Instagram in forever. I'll check it when I get up off here though. I got a thing for you, baby, you know. That old fool need to go. Aww. My little namesake got baptized today. How precious. I gotta get my little baby involved in church, man, because she don't know what it's like. Okay, I see. She don't know what it's like to be a usher. She don't know what it's like to sing in the choir. She gonna tell me, child, I love God, mama. Mama, I love God, but I don't like church. Whew. She's a special one, child. I didn't, man, if Rashad would have said something like that to me, I would have been like, get your, let's go. We got to go to church. Taylor was like, I love God, mama. I love him. But I don't like church. All right, Drip, I'm about to check. Hell has no fury like an old man scorn. Child, I love them old men. I'm out here in Miami looking for the hoochie daddies. Where they at? All right, I'm about to go check this out since I ain't addressed it. Oh, okay. Well, look, why don't you go look at her last live, okay? So you can hear it from the horse's mouth instead of mine. So, you know, because like I said, I was half asleep and I don't want nothing to get taken out of context or whatever. Just fast forward it all the way to probably like the last hour. Yeah. Where you gonna see him come up there. Wherever you see him come up, watch it from there. Well, maybe start a little before that, because what happened was they were talking about it and then he went up on the panel. Yeah. No captivity. What's good, no cap? I don't know cap, no cap. That junk is stuck in my head. I was driving one day and I just came out of nowhere talking about no captivity. I'm like, oh my God. I need to get my ass off YouTube. That's what that is, child. Freezy, how are you doing today? How art thou? Nah, drip, drip. Nah. We talking about JP's parenting right now, child. And how he sucks as a parent. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. We talking about this nigga as a bad parent. That's what we talking about. Yeah, pretty much. And how he need anger management and some parenting classes. Yeah. No captivity. I don't know who you are, who you asking, me or Drip, because Drip gonna tell you a different story than me, child. My story is sticking with, we was talking about JP being a bad parent. But no, Drip is talking about how some young man had came into your live the other day, and okay, he gonna call you, child. Yeah, I'm gonna let him call you, since he can call you. That he can explain it better than I can. Trust me. But before you call him, Drip, go watch that last live and then hear it and then call Freezy. Yeah. And so, I didn't get a chance to tell you, Freezy, that I when you guys were on the panel with, what's this little podcast guy, the little bean head ass nigga. You know, I love how you guys were, you know, okay, you know what, never mind. Maybe I ain't gonna talk about that. But when it came to the scriptures and trying to provide context for him to understand where you guys are coming from. I love the fact that you're knowledge in scripture to where you could like, hey, I'm gonna provide you. This is my thing when it comes to religion, because people know that I'm like really heavy in the church. But I don't debate scriptures. I don't debate Christianity. I don't debate what I believe in. I give it to you. Either you accept it or you don't. I dust my feet off like Jesus, and I go on to the next city, child. Okay? So, but I definitely believe that it's imperative that we know what we're talking about and that we can actually provide context and actually have scriptures to where they can go to when we're trying to prove these points. Wait, what about eating seafood, child? Not I'm a bully. How am I a bully? A lot of these guys are atheists. They don't believe in God but hate him at the same time. Yeah, how do you hate something you don't believe in? I just try to plant the seeds and let God water them, okay? Either you gonna believe or you not. It ain't me to try to beat it into you. I'm not, I don't believe in casting pearls of swines. Like, I don't believe in all that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't, pigs don't know how precious pearls are. So that's how I feel with the word of God. They don't understand how precious it is. And so, dang, now she took it down, child. Dang. Lovely said, I'm a Christian too, but I say what I gotta say and let them do whatever they want. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not into debating. When it gets to me going back and forth with you, like, I'm not doing all that. Like, especially when it's your primary objective to prove me wrong. Like, no. Because then at that point, we're not having a conversation for you to understand. We're having a conversation for you to try to trick me up in what I believe in, or try to make me say something that contradicts the word of God and make you feel like you don't want up because you like, no, like, nah, not doing it. Ain't gonna happen. If you don't believe, you don't believe. Here for the tea, man. What you done did, child? I'm looking for your lives. I was just telling Drip earlier about how the Power Ranger came into your live last night. Now I fell asleep, but I picked up where I left off on this morning, and I seen what transpired, and I had just asked Drip, did he catch it? And he said no. So I, kind of gave him a brief synopsis on what happened. But as I stated to him, I was a little half sleepy. And so I would have rather him go listen to it and hear it actually from the horse's mouth rather than me. But I think he said he went to go look for the lie, but it was gone. I think most of them are mad at God because of things that happen in their lives. I know a few people like that too, because of circumstances, they kind of, like you said, are upset. I ain't gonna listen. My son wrote a song towards my dad because my dad passed away from COVID, and when he graduated from high school in June, he wrote this song to my daddy, and he had this verse in there. Now my son raised up in the church, sung in the choir, usher board. We was at church every day, partially because I had to be. I was there because I was like in ministry, and so he had to be there because he's my kid, right? So he probably was, burnt out on church. I ain't even gonna hold you. So when the pandemic came and church was shut down, when it was time to start going back to church, it was like I had to make him get up and go to church, and I hated that because when I was his age, when I was a teenager, I loved going to church. We was bad, but we still loved to be at church. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. It was something about church. We loved going to church. I don't know if it was because of the community of just having like peers and we all were, going through this together or what. But my favorite place was to be at church as a teenager. But anyways, so he wrote this song and he said something to the effect of like, being upset with God because of how my dad transitioned in such a quick moment, and he's still trying to process that grief, or still trying to even process the fact that he's gone. And so I get what you're saying, like, because of life circumstances or things that happen in our lives, if we are not strong in that faith, it is easy to kind of turn our backs and be like, God, why did you let this happen? I kind of take it's probably because, I have a relationship with him. But I will say that I know that everything I go through is to get me to my appointed end, and so the good, the bad, the ugly, it's the purpose for it all. But everybody don't look at it that way. Everybody don't look at it that way. I privated it. People will be getting on my nerves. Not Power Ranger. Well, I didn't want to say his name, but check your DMs when you done cheat. That will rest my case. Clip the part I need to CT. I'll look for a drip. Walk by faith and not by sight. That's a word right there, okay? Yes. Oh, shoot. What's up, PP? How you doing? Thank you. Listen, I was like, ooh, I'm going to do me a little high bun, child. I was looking raggedy yesterday, y'all. I ain't even going to hold y'all. I went washing, and I looked in the mirror and was like, no wonder why I ain't got no man. Whew, I cracked myself up. Lionel, what's good? All right, look, I'm about to get up out of y'all way. Okay, Here for the Tea is about to go live in about 10 minutes, maybe 20, maybe 30, because she never on time. All right. But we was just talking about how parenting is hard. It is. I'm going to acknowledge that. But some of these parents out here just ain't crap. Okay. And nowadays they have all type of resources out here that you can go and be better as a parent. You can learn. They have workshops. They got curriculums. They got parenting classes. They got all of this stuff out there for free. And I know because I do it. I work. I help transitioning fathers to reunite with their children and their families. You know what I'm saying? Fathers that are on going through these DCFS cases that, have to go take these classes to get parental rights or get time with their kids. It's resources out there for y'all, fathers. I just want y'all to know it is. Not, and they always say, everything is out there for the single mothers, the single mother. They got resources out there for the single fathers too. Y'all gotta be talking. Absolutely. We are talking about him and his trifling ASS. Thank you for dropping PP's. I don't even got the word. What do you call this? Child, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what, PP? Listen. So for the last 12 years, I have been working with youth and young adults in drug prevention. Like, I was servicing youth and young adults and teaching them like skills and strategies on how to avoid using drugs and things of that nature. Then, kind of like the last 5 years of that, I moved into drug intervention where, okay, now the kids are using drugs. How do you intervene in that? So we were providing counseling, we were providing supportive services, family counseling, job readiness training, all of these things, for the youth. And a lot of my clients were court ordered to be a part of this program. So it was a little easier to case manage them. Now, with these fathers, child, I have got with this program. I've only been with the program for the last 3-4 months or whatever. And, as a single mom, I try not to be biased, but I ain't gonna hold y'all. Look, I was so excited to go to one of our houses. So we go to different places where some of these men are in halfway homes. Like, so technically they out of jail, but they not out of jail. It's like a transitional type get down. So we host these little workshops throughout the week with the fathers. And the first time I went, I was a little intimidated because, like I said, I used to work with strictly kids. So to go from youth and young adults to now I'm working with men that are 18 and over, and not only men, but men coming out of jail, it was a different story, right? So, boom, I go the first day. I don't really say too much or whatever because I'm still trying to get a feel for the house. So the next week I went, my coworker that usually facilitates the workshops wasn't there. So my other coworker was like, "Oh, Eb, you want to do it?" I'm like, "Cool," because everybody know I love to facilitate. Like, I like to facilitate workshops. So boom, I pulled out my little manual. And so how I did it was, I'm like, we gonna go around the room. Everybody, I don't know y'all names. I want to get to know you guys. So let me know your names and tell me your favorite food, because y'all know I love food. If y'all been around, y'all know I love to eat. So we ran around the whole room, and that was like an icebreaker, right? So I started talking about the curriculum, and it was talking about stress and how do you cope with stress. And so I started asking the men, like, well, what do you do to cope with stress? A lot of them were saying play music. Some of them said work out. And I was like, okay, those are all healthy coping skills. So tell me something that wasn't healthy that y'all was doing. So some people was like smoking, drinking. One man said sex, child. Now, I'm a woman in a room full of men. He was like, sex. And all the men looked at me like they was waiting to see what I was going to say. So I'm like, well, that could be a positive or a negative, right? I was like, but if we talking about negative, I mean, sex can be negative if you out here, doing it as a risky behavior. If you having unprotected sex, if you having multiple sex partners, then I see it being, in a negative or whatever. And so then when I got them to, talk about their stresses and how they cope or whatever, then I started asking them like, well, let's talk about your kids and how you can identify when your children are stressed. Because believe it or not, our children go through peer pressure at school. They go through things too. Like, it might not be the stuff that we go through because we grown, but they still going through stuff. And so we as parents have to identify those stresses, and so like even on JP Live today, he gonna ask his oldest daughter, "Oh, did you pee in the bed?" And I'm like, why would he ask her that on camera? Why? But it was like, that's one of the things you look for. If you got an 11-year-old still doing that in the bed, then that's a sign of stress. That. But if you're not educated to identify those things, then you're gonna be whapping at them and getting mad at them because you're not understanding them, instead of having a conversation with them, instead of trying to get down to the root cause of why these things are occurring, right? So this is what I was talking to the men about, stuff like that or whatever. And so it was crazy because men that don't usually engage in the conversation, they all were engaging with my conversation. It was, man, I left out of there feeling so, I was like this. Because they was like, oh, Miss Ebony, we had a, today was good. And I was like, I'm happy you enjoyed it. You know, so I'm actually loving the fact I'm working with men, you know, because at the end of the day, we need good fathers, you know. Um, these kids need some good fathers. And if I could help or just even give, you know, the necessary tools needed to do those things, then to me, that's a win. That's a win. And on top of that, when I'm reading this stuff and when I'm teaching this stuff, I'm incorporating a lot of these things in my everyday life with my children as well. So, you know, shout out to all the good parents out here, man, that's really trying, you know, to be all that they can be for these little rug rats and these little baby kids, okay? Man, that ain't nothing, no captivity. Hey, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. You know, I'm all for, well, you know, when it comes to public assistance, I feel like if a person needs it, then I'm all for it. I don't feel like people should live on it for their whole course of their lifetime. I feel like it's a stepping stone to get you in the right direction to become independent. I feel like a lot of people become codependent, or they become dependent on the government, right? Which I don't think it was created to do that, but I mean, hey, I don't know. You know, everybody got a history lesson for that. But but when it comes to that, I had a point, man. I just really forgot my damn point. Why did I bring this up? It was a reason I brought this up. Damn. I lost my train of thought. And I had a good point to this too. I don't know, child. Maybe God was like, girl, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Poor child. My mom was too prideful to ask for assistance, and we could have used it. Listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. When I had my son, I was pregnant. My mama was on county. I hated the county building. Okay? When my mama, I love you, but I hated the county building. I hated going as a kid. I hated it. When it came to food stamps, y'all already know it wasn't no EBT card. It was a book of food stamps, and you had to go pull them out and take them and spend it like money. My mama, don't send me in the store with that, because I was too prideful for that. I felt like we was rich and we didn't need that, because the way I lived, like, you wouldn't have thought we was on public assist. Like, you wouldn't have thought that. But anyways, when I got pregnant, my mama said, hey, you need to go get on the county. What? So what my mama tell me? So I go down to the county building and I get up to the window. The lady had the worst attitude ever in life. And I left. I left because she made me feel so less than a person. Like, I felt lower than low. You get what I'm saying? So when I got home, my mom was like, so how did it go? And I was like, I left because the lady treated me like crap. And she was like, man, you better go back. And woo doo woo woo woo. So the next day I went back. I got on the county, y'all. But I didn't stay on the county for long, child. I had my child, and like a couple of months went by, and they had this thing called welfare to work. And I was like, what, 20? And I went to this welfare to work, and it was like this little program where they're supposed to teach you how to get a job. Okay? The whole purpose, again, is to transition you off of, public assistance to becoming independent. And sadly, some people don't do it. They like to live on that for the duration of their lives. And, hey. Oh, I know why I brought this up. Look, I brought this up because, well, let me finish my story. But now I remember why I brought it up. Parenting classes. If I forget, remember parenting classes. So, I went to this welfare to work or whatever. And I'm sitting in this room full of women. And I'm young. And they're all older than me. And I'm just flabbergasted at the fact that they didn't know how to fill out a job application. They didn't know how to dress for interviews. Like when I was in high school, we had education career planning. We had to go to school dressed up, ready to do an interview. We had to do a mock interview for like our final. Like they taught us these things. So for the life of me, I didn't know how these grown people were in here and didn't know how to do it. So I felt like I didn't belong in this. I didn't belong. I was like, hey, I don't belong here. So the first week, you be there for a week, and then the next week, you got to come in, check in, and then go out and find a job. The objective, again, is to find a job. Man, listen, I went out, found a job within that first week. I ain't never looked back. Never. Like, never. And no shade to the people that's on the county, but that just, I just can't. Like, I just can't. And if I had to succumb to some challenging situations, then hey. But I thank God that ever since I got that job, I've been working ever since. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I done moved up in the career field. But I was gonna say that I feel like every person that goes through the county, in order to get that check or the EBT monthly, they should go to it. It should be mandatory that they participate in parenting classes. That was my point of even saying all of this, is that I feel like parents should be mandated. Like everybody should have to go do some sort of parenting class, like have so many hours of parenting classes before they have a kid or before they receive public assistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that should really be mandated. No lie. No lie. My mom was too proud for it. Yeah, they were talking about JP in reference to government assistance. Some of those workers are sometimes. Yeah, they rude as heck, man. But I mean, it kept me away. I ain't never want to be in that position ever again, child. So I kept a job. I managed to and I was a single mom with my son too. So and I think that's why I get so offended when I hear, these men in these spaces talking about single mothers, is because not all single moms are the moms that y'all paint us out to be. Ooh, my phone about to die. We are not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, I put my son through Christian schools. Like he ain't never wanted for nothing. Now this little one, she don't go to Christian schools because I just told y'all, she told me she loved God, but she don't like church. My daughter is gonna be so mad at me this week because we got vacation Bible school at church all week, and she gonna be like, Mama, I love God, but I don't like church. But look, I'm gonna end this, y'all, because my phone is literally at 1%, and I don't want to just shut down without me saying bye. But thank y'all for coming in and just listening to me. I hope y'all have an amazing week. You know what I'm saying? This upcoming week. The thing about it is I hear more men in these spaces defending welfare in Section 8 more than women. Really? Whew. Well, you know what? I didn't know. I only seen 2 of them. And that's JP and now Lil Beans. But I didn't even know. They say he was on Section 8, and I was like, oh, okay. But I ain't heard nobody else, But I do be hearing everybody talking bad about it, though. And that's another thing. When it comes to the Section 8, everybody. Oh, I had to go sentence of what I was going to say. Let me see. just in the little sentence that I was gonna say or whatever. And when it comes to Section 8, I feel like people that are on Section 8 get such a bad rep. Not everybody. Dang, did it die again? Okay, not everybody is gonna tear up your house. Not every, believe it or not, know how to take care of their responsibilities. They know how to pay their rent on time, and everybody ain't paying $20 a month for rent, especially if you're employed. Okay, let's get that thrown out the window. Um, but I believe that even when it comes to Section 8, Section 8 is something utilized again to get you to become independent. Now, where I find that to be a little weird is how, when you got to report all your income, you know, your portion of the rent is based on what you make, what your bills are, or whatever. And it's like, so I feel like they place you in some sort of box, and I feel like it don't give you room advance into buying a house or save up to do better things. So I think they need to fix that little part in the system. And well, let me not say that, because I don't really know too much about the other things that might be transpiring. I heard that they have programs for people that are on Section 8 to help them get houses, to be first time home buyers. So I mean, sometimes those little things can be a blessing to others. And listen, y'all know I stay here in California, and you can see how much the rent is. I don't know how much the rent is where y'all at, but a 2-bedroom out here is going easy for 2,700 in the hood. Okay, and that's not even, we talking about condos and those type of places. We talking about apartments in the hood, where the gang's at, all of that, So sometimes, people need that little assistance, and that's okay. It's definitely okay. Again, where I think my problem comes in at is when people become complacent on them and they live out the duration of their lives on them. That's where my problem comes. You know, some people need help, and that's all right. I know said I have a 4-bedroom for $1,200 a month in a really good area. See, 12 bed, $1,200 ain't getting you a single here. In Cali, $1,200 is getting you I don't even know. Maybe 1 bedroom, maybe not. Okay. But he said a 4-bedroom. My God, today that got two bathrooms or what? That's what's up, man. See, I need to move. I wonder, cause my company is, they got my company all around. So I wonder if I could move and get paid the same I'm getting paid or more to come live somewhere where y'all paying $1,200 for 4 bedrooms. A 3-bathroom. So you been telling me you got a 4-bedroom, 3 bathrooms for $1,200? What? No cap said 2,700 for a 2-bedroom is wild. Do jobs pay more in Cali versus other states? So I think so, cause I heard somebody say their minimum wage was like $6 or something. Man, I was making $6 minimum wage when I was like 16. So I think our minimum wage out here is $15. Don't quote me. I ain't. It's been a while since I got minimum wage, but our minimum wage is about $15. So I guess you could base it off of that. What is y'all? What would be y'all minimum wage? Speak on it. Say you live in overrated and overpriced California. I live in LA. Yes. I mean, I'm born and raised. Period. Like, I mean, honestly, in order to find something, I feel like the prices of the homes and things started going up I mean, not only just because of inflation, but because a lot of things started getting built out here, right? So like the new stadium, that made prices go up. Um, so you think it's 15? What's FLA? Is that Florida? I want to go to Florida, man. I went to Costa Rica and we had a layover in Florida. We actually missed our flight. So we went to Miami. We got there around 11 o'clock. And our flight wasn't out till like 6 or 7 the next morning. So we went and got a room. But we was hungry. So we was out at like 11, 12 o'clock at night trying to find food. And the police was like, why are y'all out? It's like, it's dangerous. I'm like, nigga, it's dangerous in Miami? I didn't know it was dangerous in Miami. Why is this video so dang choppy? I don't know what you mean by that. Maybe because my internet. So my room is all the way in the back where the internet is. But up here, my son complains that he don't have the internet, so his game be tripping. So he will take his TV and go put it on the floor of my bedroom, all so he could play his video game. I be like, if you don't get your ass up out of here. Like, dang, I can't even pull my rose out. Y'all didn't hear that. Y'all was in the city of Miami, not the beach area. Yeah, we was over there by we went to some place called Holy Grails. Have you heard of this place before? It's like a sneaker restaurant. I want to eat there. I need to go there. They were closed like for like some private event, so we didn't get a chance to go. Girl, yeah, man. I'm like, I be like having to look over on the side of my bed like, is this nigga up in here? Take your ass in the room. Go to your room. Like, dang, get him out of here. You heard of it? Oh, okay. Yeah, man. They serve you drinks and stuff out of a shoe. That's dope. I need to go there because everybody know I'm a sneakerhead. What's up, Urban? House of Urban was out here putting out false information talking about we didn't find out that the president had C-19 until he dropped out of the president race. I was like, no, sir. We knew about this about a week ago. No Captivity said that damn Rose get more love than this. Well, look, I'm celibate, okay? So with that being said, like, my stress be to the roof. So I do deep breathing. I take walks. You know what I'm saying? What else do? I do grounding techniques, okay? Do y'all know about grounding? I do grounding, okay? Yeah, I go work out, all of that. But listen, it's something about the release. It's the release. No Captivity. So you a sneakerhead? Hold on. Let me walk to the back of the house, child. Don't pay. Look, I can't reach this. I cannot reach this, child. Don't pay attention to that. That's just in my room. I can't show you my closet because the closet is like junky right now. But it's hella shoes up in there too. A real life sneakerhead. I ain't never seen no shoes though. You got shoes in the background? I ain't never paid attention. Maybe I'll be looking at some other things, but I don't know. Speak on it, man. Yes, I am celibate. What do you call that? What do they call them? The incel? What is the incel, y'all? What is it? What is these new terminologies? What is this stuff? Incel, femcel? What is all of this? Hey, sunshine. I don't want to, you know what? I don't want to be celibate either. But I don't want to go up on the body count. Y'all niggas want to talk about body counts all day. Like, so with that being said, I'm just sit on this thing until I feel comfortable. How did we go? How did we get here? Oh, a fem cell. Okay. I'm a fem cell. Captivity said he got a real problem. Child, me too. Website because yeah. Stay celibate till you meet someone worth the cookie. These ninjas ain't ish. Listen, I'm chilling. I ain't, I ain't gonna lie. It get lonely. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. And I cry. I cry. Oh, 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 oh. Whew. But, yeah. Anyway, I'll play all day, y'all. I'm sorry. I am in no rush, okay? It get lonely, but I know whenever it does happen, it is gonna be amazing. Okay, it's gonna be amazing. Go, girl, go out there and get in these streets with someone you feel comfortable with. I'm not ready, Speak. I'm not ready. And it's been some good old years, child. But anyway, y'all, the hour has been far spent. I appreciate you all coming to hang out with me and have this conversation about, we done went everywhere from bad parenting to talking about government assistance to now we talking about a rose and some sneakers. You just never know what you gonna get over here, okay? In the conversation. You might even get, we even talked about a few scriptures too. My God, today is Sunday. I'm sorry, Lord, for even bringing up that rose. Whew. Help us, for we know not what we do. All right, y'all. Here for the Tea is going live talking about, again, the president dropping out of this race panel. Y'all know some people probably be like, dang, Cheapo be so quiet on the panel. Let me tell you, I don't like to overtalk people. I don't like when it's 100 people talking at one time, and I don't like trying to fight the talk. So it's one of the reasons I like to be quiet. But yes. You always ready. That rose gonna make the real thing feel like nothing. No, I don't think so. I think that. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No Captivity said he's shy too. I'm hella shy. When it's like a whole gang of people on the panel, I be like, oh yeah, I shut down instantly. And I might have some, great conversation for the topic, but for some reason, like I start getting a little shy and my words like get a little, like I don't be no I. So I just drop down because I'm like, yeah, I'll let them have that. I'll let them have that. Lionel said, I'd be more quiet than you. Well, that's of late, though, because you used to always be talking. Now, I don't know why you stopped talking, Lionel. You be like in it. I got to put my phone back on the charger, child. I don't like disrespect. Yeah, me neither. And see, that's another thing. I said I was going to stay off panels because when I went over to Drip's channel and hot sauce, Tabasco sauce, he tried me, man, when it came to the single parenting stuff. And like I said, everybody that know me know I be trying to do my thug dizzle when it comes to being a mama. Okay, so to have somebody try to undermine or try to, make me feel like, how I feel that way when it shouldn't not have been. So when it comes to these debating and having these conversations, like, yeah, I'm not getting into all that. I'm not going to be transparent on other people's channels because I'm opening myself up for criticism and people to look for flaws versus the good, I guess. But I mean, that's everywhere. He didn't know you. He was asking tough questions. I mean, they were not tough. I mean, Man, that nigga was like, oh, your baby daddy didn't want that baby. You had that baby and he didn't want it. You knew that nigga wasn't shit. Like, I mean, man, it was like hectic. He had me like, damn, I don't want no more kids. I don't want no more baby daddies. Like, I don't. But anyways, I keep on rambling, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. I hope y'all have an amazing week. Like I said, he always be like that, and he can have it. I'll never get on the panel with him ever again, but I definitely will troll him in the comments. So if you ever see me trolling him, you know why. All right, so I will see y'all around. I hope you have an amazing